This is now the arena of life and death, where doctors and nurses fight to keep us, and indeed themselves, alive, dressed as if for biological warfare, outfoxed by an enemy that is invisible and continues to defy modern science. The patients are faceless, their identities protected by necessity. The majority don't leave this room alive. But we were allowed to follow the return journey to life of two critically ill patients. It's the Thursday before Easter weekend in ICU. 68-year-old Peter has been in an induced coma for 9 days.
He's not quite there for us to take him to reliably keep him off the ventilator today. So he's still on the same support that he was on. I hope we have some better news for you tomorrow. All right, take care now. Bye-bye. Yeah, tricky one. So, yeah, he's just not waking up in the way that we'd expect him to.
I know that he's in ICU for a reason. It's intensive care and he must be critical. Well, he is critical.
So lungs-wise we're still good, heart-wise, heart is good, blood pressure is good, he's not on any NORAD.
The odds are stacked against him. 65% of those receiving ventilation don't make it. It's Easter Monday. Peter has defied the statistics and woken up. Call it a modern medical miracle.
Peter, do you know what's been wrong with you?
Yes. Corona.
Absolutely.
It doesn't deserve to be.
You do deserve to be alive. Your body has worked really hard to keep you alive. When was the last time you saw your wife? Let me see if have you spoken to her since you've been in here? We're going to talk to her straight away.
Talk to her.
We can talk to her. Might be out.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I haven't got much of a voice.
It's fine, darling. I can't believe I'm talking to you.
So when I got there, and I was by myself, and they said to me, well, there's three options for you. Either give you a small mask, a large mask, or put you to sleep. It was done in such a way, it was so confident. I said, well, you do what's best for you think's best for me. I didn't feel frightened or didn't feel like I was not being looked after. And I felt really confident in the people. When I woke up, I didn't even know what day of the week it was. I had to ask them where I was and I had to ask them what day of the week it was.
You've been here with us for almost 2 weeks. You've been very poorly. Really, really poorly. And we've managed to support your body while it repaired itself, so you can now breathe again. But one of the consequences is that you feel really, really weak. A lot of the drugs we have to give you to make you be able to go on a ventilator can do strange things to your mind and make you believe things that aren't true.
Your colleagues, they put some stuff up on the internet about Mr. Farage.
About who?
Mr. Farage and his crap.
Okay.
He's a nutter. Tell me where cats go.
I'm afraid I don't know anything about your cat.
Every time you closed your eyes, you could see different things.
You was in the First World War.
I was in the First World War. And I got inside a video game which I couldn't get out of. It was really weird. I was sitting in the seat trying to get out of the game. I thought they'd taken 6 of my teeth out to make me breathe easier.
That afternoon, Peter is moved to the respiratory ward, taking him another step closer to recovery.
Take your time, all right?
Days earlier, 62-year-old Glynnis was also moved to this ward from ICU. Fighting for the right to carry on living, one shallow, hasty breath after another.
What do I miss? Well, Glynnis always smells nice, and I miss the smell of her. And this is Glynnis's favourite place. We pull the curtains around, especially when the day has been hot. And she calls this a day bed. It's her favourite pastime, doing nothing, listening to the music coming through the doors.
At one point, Colin feared that he'd never see her again. After 2 weeks in hospital, Glynnis is going home.
Be all right now. Be all right now. Go on now.
I just couldn't wait for that cuddle. It was wonderful.
Glynnis is back home, back on her beloved daybed,
Hello. Oh, you've brought more cake.
emotionally and physically exhausted
You made it.
by a fight that she never expected and almost didn't survive.
It just hit me. It was like a wall. In my head I had this, I can't get oxygen, I can't breathe. And I was saying to Colin, I can't, and I actually couldn't really get a deep breath in. And my lungs was really inflamed and hurting me.
Glynnis has made it back, but the mental scars left by Covid-19 linger.
They said like it could be a form of was it post-traumatic stress, and I don't want to take that into my future. I don't want to make that part of me. I want it to be something that I learn by, and it isn't something to be taken lightly. This is and can be a fight for life or death.
It was for Peter. His body defied a COVID death with the help of machines. Now it's up to him to reclaim life with gentle vengeance.
When I left the ward, they lined the corridor and all clamped me. All the intensive care unit and the John Daly ward were all lined, clapping me coming out.
I was like crying. I was crying in the car. I just like couldn't wait to see him. And then when I saw him, I just had to give him a big hug and help him in the car. And you felt so relieved, didn't you? Being outside, just fresh air. And you made me drive the long way home because you wanted to come through town, didn't you?
Yeah.
Rather than come the quick way. Just to see life again, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah. They said I could go back and say thank you to everyone.
When it's over.
When it's over.
Yeah.
When? The sooner the better, really. I want to go out. Stuck indoors all day long.
Drive your car.
Drive my car, yeah.